attempt 3541 of me trying to record this introductory episode of my new podcast. So, hello and welcome to The Fifth Floor, a podcast about creativity, art and photography. My name is Athina and I will be your host. Okay, I'm actually very excited and kind of nervous recording this right now because this is something that I had in my head and that I really wanted to do for a long time now. So this is the first episode. It will be kind of an introductory one and we will try to answer 3 crucial questions. Who am I? What is this podcast about? And why do we call this the fifth floor? Okay, I was kind of in debate with myself with which question to start with, but let's start with the who am I question first. So, who am I then? My name is Athina. I am a visual artist, not a professional artist, in the sense that I do have a day job unrelated to art, but I have decided to be more open about my creative side, and this is one of the reasons I am starting this podcast. But we will dive deeper into this idea of calling oneself an artist in future episodes. So, I have been intentionally creating in my spare time for nearly a decade now, focusing mainly on photography, whether that's fine art photography, conceptual photography, composite photography, or whatever label you want to give it. I'm very interested in blending different mediums like video, art, and words because I believe art is a powerful way to tell a story, and the method doesn't really matter as long as the message is conveyed. And yes, I write as well. A few random facts about me. I'm from Cyprus, where I currently live, but I spent over a decade in London, which had a significant impact on my creative journey. I speak both Greek and English. I'm deeply passionate about art, creativity, and learning new things. I am a good listener, not so much of a talker, which kind of defeats the purpose of creating a podcast. But okay, we will figure this out. I tend to be a thinker, sometimes an overthinker. I love long walks, traveling, and a good book. And I strongly believe that taking a moment each day to consciously breathe will save our lives. I also have a website. It's called The Fifth Floor, fifthfloor.me, where you can sign up for the newsletter to get updates about this podcast and much more. And that leads us to question number 2. So, what is this podcast about? The podcast is a micro podcast in the sense that each episode will be just 5 to 10 minutes long. It will focus on topics related to art, creativity, photography, and the overall creative process. New episodes will be released every Wednesday. It is a space for sharing spontaneous thoughts and personal reflections on creativity, stories, notes, trivia, and interesting or inspiring things related to art that will keep us motivated and curious. Occasionally, I might also have conversations with others about their creative paths, how they stay inspired, and the ways they navigate their own creative journeys. I will also be sharing insights and lessons from my own experience so far. The idea for this podcast came from a need to express and explore these topics, similar to how you might want to talk about a film or a play with friends right after experiencing it. And although this isn't my full-time profession, I often find myself seeking creating environments through workshops, courses, and talks, since my everyday surroundings aren't filled with fellow artists. This podcast is an attempt to build that kind of space. A place for connection, inspiration, and feeling a little less alone on the creative path. And finally, question number 3, and as to why this is called the fifth floor. So I wanted the name to evoke a sense of a real physical space, a safe, welcoming place where we can gather and share our creative experiences. The idea came to me while I was staying in an apartment on the 5th floor, and the name just seemed to capture the atmosphere I was hoping to create. Okay, I guess that is enough for now. This is the idea. This is the beginning, I hope. Let's see where this will take us and how this podcast will be shaped and create itself. I'm always saying that creative projects, artworks such as these podcasts, they rarely come from us. They tend to come through us. And at the end of the day, they become whatever they want to become. We just need to be there for them to come out. Okay, but before you go, never forget in your life that we have a new podcast every Wednesday. To visit fifthfloor.me and subscribe to our newsletter to get updates. Follow us on Spotify and share if you liked and leave a review. If you're listening via YouTube, please subscribe and share any topics you wish us to discuss or to expand on more. Okay, thank you for being here. See you on the next one.